Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard. Britannia recently launched a new campaign for one of their oldest and most loved brands, Bourbon. With an aim to refresh the brand, Britannia Bourbon's latest campaign celebrates the true spirit of lifelong best friends. The brand, through this campaign, is attempting to redefine itself. The campaign kick-started with a TVC that captured the essence of relationship that best friends share and the emotion that transpires between them. And now they are extending this campaign into a 7-part series on digital. We caught up with Ali Harris Sher, VP Marketing Britannia, about the launch of this new campaign and the need to revamp the brand.
Ali, tell me about the journey for Bourbon up to now.
So Bourbon is a very important brand for Britannia, and Bourbon is one of the oldest brands of Britannia. It's the largest brand in the sandwich cream segment. It goes into a lot of households. So we used to treat Bourbon like another sandwich cream biscuit. But we then realized that Bourbon was slightly different from other sandwich cream biscuits, and it was seen like a fulfilling snack. And while the consumption cut across age groups, there was overconsumption amongst youth. Right. And there are not too many fulfilling snack options for youth which are aspirational. And we realized that Bourbon was one such snack for them. And therefore what we have done is that we've taken this space of youth for Bourbon, and traditionally also youth as a segment has been slightly weaker for Britannia because youth don't find biscuits as exciting as maybe other categories. But Bourbon was one brand that really worked with them. So we're working with youth with Bourbon, and the whole idea, and it really works at a product level also, because a lot of consumption, as I said, happens when friends are together. And Bourbon is a fulfilling snack, and it really fills your stomach and satiates your heart. And those moments that you have with your friends are also fulfilling. You know, they really energize you and fills your heart with a lot of emotion. So we thought that there was a very good fit, and therefore the purpose that we have articulated for Bourbon is nourishing real friendship moments. Yeah, so that's the place where we are with Bourbon, and we want to take this forward as we go along.
Right. So one of the things you've done is you've got these, for want of a better word, YouTube stars to act in digital films, and you've invested a lot. Why not go for a, shall we say, a traditional celebrity, and why these YouTube stars?
So we have done work on television as well. So there's a film that we have made, and the whole creative idea of that film is BFFs, which is Bourbon Friends Forever, and it's done really well for us. So we have got a lot of encouragement from the response that we have got from this position, and then we thought that let's really develop an activation platform wherein we are able to take this forward. And the activation idea that we came to was friendly matches between Bourbon Friends Forever. And therefore we were thinking of how to bring this whole idea of friendly matches between Bourbon Friends Forever alive. And then we realized that stand-up comedy was a large genre on digital today. And as I said, because we're positioning Bourbon to youth, digital was an obvious choice, because with youth, digital is very popular. Almost 70% of youth are on digital, so penetration is very high, which is similar to youth penetration on TV. But the affinity on digital is much stronger than youth's affinity on TV. So digital was a no-brainer, and if we had to target youth, digital was the obvious choice. And a lot of, like I was saying, that stand-up comedy is a very interesting genre. It's, I think, in the first top five genres that youth today watch. And then we went into looking at who are the artists who are popular, and we realized that Abhish Mathew and Mallika Dua both were very strong. They had very strong following, and they had very different following. They had very diverse following. And also in real life, they are very good friends. Right. So we thought it was just the perfect setup to take this activation idea onto.
Right. So what happens next now? Now with the repositioning that you've done, or sharpening of positioning, for want of a better word, what next for Bourbon?
So one is that this whole activation idea, which is Bourbon Friends Forever and friendly matches, and we want to build this as an ongoing series with multiple friends. And today it's Abhish and Malika, tomorrow it could be somebody else. So one is this whole series on digital goes on. The other thing is that we want to take this whole idea of friendly matches between Bourbon Friends Forever on ground, and we want to do a lot of activation on ground and then amplify it on digital and other media. So that's one area. The other thing that we are really looking at doing was that bourbon today is one single product format, which is a beautiful format, which is the biscuit, the cream in between, and sugar sprinkling on top. But we really think that there are huge opportunities as far as innovation on bourbon is concerned. So we are going to look at a lot of product innovations and therefore innovations in this whole space of BFFs and Bourbon Friends Forever.
Right. Now tell me, the moment you sort of sharpen your TG as you have done now, you started saying that bourbon is consumed by all age demographics virtually, but you've sharpened it so that it appeals more to youth. Is there a danger you could lose the other demographics?
No, so we've taken great care of that, Anand, and what we realize is that we don't have a danger of the younger audience at all, because kids, tweens, teens, they all look up to youth, and youth today are aspirational for these younger audiences. So the content that you create, of course, we are a family brand and we take care of the boundaries in which we need to stay, but all the content that we create really appeals even to the younger audiences. But today consumers are looking for a certain kind of content on digital, and they are okay looking at fun and humor, and all kinds of people actually look at these kind of content. So television does a job, which is that it reaches out to a large mass of people, and there is multiple audience sets. But digital, we thought that let's, with content at least, be sharp, while the media could deliver to a little larger set.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ari. All the best. And talk to you a few months from now.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back same time next week. See you soon.